We interrupt your usual viewing to bring you a special bulletin. In recent months, there have been numerous reports in which members of the public have stated that they have seen strange creatures of a species that have never been seen before. These are mainly spotted in rural areas and far from human habitation. The earliest reports indicate that they were first seen in a remote part of South Africa. They were observed wandering through the savanna, and it seemed that they were looking for food of some sort. Upon seeing the hikers, they quickly ran for cover. The men did not try to pursue them, but reported the incident to the local authorities. At first, this was thought to be an isolated incident. That was until a similar sighting was reported as far from the first as the DRC. Further investigation offered a clue as to how they arrived on Earth. A strange circular structure was discovered not far from where these beings were first seen. The structure resembled a moongate, often found as a decoration in urban gardens. In the meantime, a most alarming development took place. There was a reported sighting in Egypt. Scientists are still baffled as to how they quickly became so widespread. This may be an indication that these creatures have been here for longer than it was at first thought, as one specialist stated, having received yet another report. This time from Guinea. A picture taken in Kenya shows that they closely resemble small simians, similar to apes or monkeys. However, the fact that they wear various kinds of clothing and are bipedal indicate that these creatures are more advanced than what might appear to be their closest relatives. Those studying these new arrivals have given them the scientific name of Elvenus thrensis, the first part being derived from the Latin for the legendary elves, and the second inspired by the mythical planet of Thra. The last region where they were spotted in Africa was the Namib Desert, in Namibia, although it remains a mystery as to how they survived in such a hostile environment. This just in. It appears that our visitors have journeyed beyond the African continent and have reached as far as New Zealand. As to how long they have been among us, it is possible that they account for any number of mythical entities from myth and folklore. Two examples from New Caledonia are the wild men and the Menehune, although the latter is more associated with Hawaiian legend. The Igagwi, from Papua New Guinea, is another mythical being that may have been inspired by these creatures. The legend is shared with certain African tribes as well. Among the Aborigine people in Australia, there is another creature, called the Wangina. The description of which fit that of Elvenus thrensis. The Menehune also appears in the folklore of the original inhabitants of Samoa, along with a number of beings that resemble what have affectionately been called bush elves. This of course makes the subject more complicated than scientists at first thought. Are these beings really newcomers to our planet? Or have they been here since the beginning of time? There seem to be more questions than answers, making this one of the greatest mysteries of our modern era. These latest photographs were taken on one of the islands of the Vanuatu archipelago. They come from a group of tourists who spotted the beings on one of the beaches on a small island near Ifate, the island upon which the capital is situated. That ends this extraordinary bulletin. We will keep you posted as soon as any new developments come in.
If you enjoy our content, please press like and subscribe as well.